Good morning, I'm Craig Negrelli. It's Tuesday, January 7th, 2025, and these are your Unbiased Updates. A deadly earthquake in East Asia, where specifically it rumbled, how powerful it was, and the growing number of casualties. And winter weather pounds the United States, from the plains to the Midwest to the East Coast. Up next, bitterly cold air, dangerous wind chills, and how long they might last.
From the Straight Arrow News Studio, bringing the stories that matter to you from across the United States and around the world, these are today's Unbiased Updates.
We begin in Tibet this morning, where Chinese state media is reporting at least 95 people are dead after a strong earthquake. It happened just after 9 a.m. local time near Shigatse, one of Tibet's holiest cities, at a depth of 6.2 miles, damaging buildings and sending people running into the streets in neighboring Nepal and India. The U.S. Geological Survey measured the quake at a magnitude of 7.1, while the China Earthquake Networks Center is reporting 6.8. The initial quake was followed by multiple aftershocks. Tremors could be felt as far away as Kathmandu, Nepal's capital city, about 240 miles away. In addition to the dozens of lives lost, local authorities say at least 130 people were injured in the earthquake and more than 1,000 houses damaged. Back here in the United States, at least 4 people have died in connection with the first major winter storm of 2025. The system is moving eastward across the country from the Great Plains and Midwest to the East Coast. Snow, blizzard conditions, ice among the factors. Places like Kansas City and Cincinnati among the hardest hit. Authorities say a public works employee in Missouri suffered a fatal injury while working to remove snow. 2 people in Kansas died in a weather-related crash, and 1 person in Houston most likely died as a result of the cold weather, according to authorities there. The storm knocked out power to hundreds of thousands of homes across at least a half dozen states in its path. And while the heavy snow has moved on, the danger is not over. Forecasters say it's drawing cold air behind it, meaning high temperatures from northern Texas and the plains to the mid-Atlantic are expected to be 5 to 20 degrees below average. This morning, the Pentagon says 11 Yemeni detainees, including 2 former bodyguards for Osama bin Laden, who are being held at Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, have been transferred to Oman. That country has agreed to help resettle them. None of those released had been charged with crimes. The major move comes amid steps to reduce the population at the controversial U.S. military facility. There are now only 15 detainees left at Guantanamo Bay's detention facility, which the United States set up as the war on terror began after September 11, 2001. Of the 15, only 3 are eligible for transfer. 3 more are eligible for a periodic review. 7 are involved in the military commissions process, and 2 detainees have been convicted and sentenced to military commissions. In recent weeks, the Biden administration has transferred out 4 other detainees from Guantanamo, including 1 brought to the detention facility the day it opened in 2002, but he was never charged. Meantime, a recent decision by a military judge sparked outrage. The judge ruled plea agreements with 9/11 mastermind Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and 2 other accused terrorists are valid and binding. Those deals take the death penalty off the table for the 3 men who also remain at the base, often called Gitmo. President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden attended a memorial service yesterday for the 14 victims killed in the New Year's Day truck attack in New Orleans. The interfaith prayer service was held at the famous St. Louis Cathedral in the French Quarter, less than 1 mile away from the scene of the Bourbon Street terror attack. The president spoke at the service, telling the people of New Orleans they are not alone and highlighting the city's enduring strength and resilience amid tragedy, referring to past devastation such as Hurricane Katrina in 2005.
French Quarter is also home to so many people. We will support everyone who lives there, all the people of New Orleans, as they heal. And if there's one thing we know, New Orleans defines strength and resilience. You define it, whether it's in the form of this attack, or hurricanes or superstorms. This city and its people get back up.
President and First Lady also visited the Bourbon Street Memorial, where they placed flowers and prayed over the victims. While in New Orleans, they also met privately with grieving families, survivors, and first responders. On Monday, lawyers for President-elect Donald Trump sent a letter to Attorney General Merrick Garland asking him to stop Special Counsel Jack Smith from releasing his final report on the election interference case and the classified documents case. Though both cases have been dismissed, the special counsel is required to provide a report to Garland, who can then decide whether to make it public. According to the letter and a legal filing, lawyers for Trump, as well as two of his former co-defendants in the documents case, were able to view a 2-volume draft copy of the report over the weekend. They called it, quote, one-sided and slanted. In the letter, Trump's lawyer requested Garland fire Smith, who is set to resign before Trump's inauguration, or let the decision on the release of the report be handled by Trump's incoming Attorney General, Pam Bondi. Meantime, the lawyers for Trump's two former co-defendants in the documents case are asking the judge who dismissed the case to halt the report's release, citing her ruling that Smith's appointment was unconstitutional. While it is not clear when the report would be released, the lawyers have asked the judge for a hearing on their request by Friday, believing the release is imminent. Finally this morning, with millions of social media users counting down to TikTok possibly shutting down in just a matter of days, one businessman, who's also known as a shark, is looking to prevent the ban from taking effect. Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary issued a press release on Monday announcing his interest in purchasing TikTok. O'Leary, known by Shark Tank fans as Mr. Wonderful, is partnering with former Dodgers owner Frank McCourt on the bid. Speaking to Fox Business, O'Leary said he would need the help of President-elect Donald Trump to seal the deal. O'Leary said he's, quote, protecting the privacy of 170 million American users and empowering creators and small businesses, end quote. TikTok is facing a federal ban on January 19th unless its China-based parent company, ByteDance, sells the app. The Biden administration and other federal lawmakers believe that TikTok threatens national security because the Chinese government could use it to spy on Americans and either weaponize or influence content that Americans view. On Friday, the U.S. Supreme Court will hear arguments from ByteDance on why it should block the ban. Those are your unbiased updates for this Tuesday. We'll see you back here tomorrow. For all of us here at Straight Arrow News, I'm Craig DeGrelli. Have a great day.